Récupération maintenant, voilà Suzuki, ouais, 2 contre 1. Se détache avec Caulfield, arrive au cercle droit, la transversale, Caulfield s'avance, c'est goal! Goal! Caulfield! Et c'est 1-1. Matthews attaque, s'échange avec Bunting qui avait marqué le premier décès en première période. Rondelle perdue, revirement. Voilà Caulfield à 3 contre 2 avec Anderson. Arrive au cercle gauche, il en est goal! Goal! Caulfield! Son deuxième! Et c'est 2-2. Veut remettre à la pointe. Harris, un lancé, déviation, retour. Monahan est contre! Sean Monahan! Et c'est 3-2!
OMG, they did it. The Montreal Canadiens with a record of 0-6-2. An 8-game exhibition game, the first game of the season. Again, one of the best teams in NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs. They won at the Bell Center by the score of 4-3, a goal of Josh Anderson at 19:52. At the end of the game, gave the W for the Montreal Canadiens. Welcome back, guys, for another Habs Daily News, episode number 148. Today, what do you have on the menu, Coach? Of course, the recap of the game, Montreal-Toronto. Secondly, I'm going to talk about the Carey Prize, the standing ovation. Then I'm going to talk about Ken Hughes' press conference. And at the end of the show, we're going to talk about all the 6 games in NHL last night. Let's dive in and talking about the first subject of the day. So the first subject of the day is about the recap game, Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. If you maybe not follow me for the last couple of years, I always give you guys some information about the stat of the game. Let's show to you what happening between the Montreal and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Final score, Montreal 4, Toronto 3. The shot on the net, 32-23 advantage Toronto. Face-off, Montreal 51 versus 49 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Both teams are 0-4 on the power play. Both teams have 8 minutes the penalty during the game. Both teams have 19 hit each other. And finally, the block shot 23 by the Montreal Canadiens and 15 by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Obviously, Montreal create 23 giveaway puck. And this is something the coach will not be happy about this. And Toronto have only 11. The best for each team, Nylander with 2 points. Then we have Matthews with 5 shots on the net. Riley, 22-32 on the TOI. The goaltender, Murray, stopped 19 of the 23 of the shot he faced with a save percentage only at 8-6. Montreal, Cole Caulfield, 2 goals. Cole Caulfield shot 5 times on the net. The rookie, Kaden Coley, played 22-34 during the game, and Jake Allen have a save percentage of .906. 29 of the 32 he faced yesterday against Toronto. And this is, guys, all the stats we have for you between the game Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's talk a little bit more about what I saw during the game. First of all, the special team for the Montreal Canadiens struggled a lot during the exhibition game. And Martin St-Louis was a little bit concerned at the beginning of the season, how the PK going to react. We have a different unit yesterday. We saw Monahan, Pitlick, we saw Jake Evans, we saw Dadonov, and then it's front defenseman Arbor at some point. We see 5 of the 6 defensemen play on the PK, to be honest with you. The only one did not play is Chris Whiteman. The second thing, what about Cole Caulfield? The man does not stop. He scored 4 goals during the exhibition game. Now he had 2 more at the first game. Have a great game overall with Nick Suzuki and Josh Anderson. Great performance. Sometimes we don't see those players because they not score. They not do create a lot of highlights. But David Savard last night, guys, blocked 9 shots against the Toronto Maple Leafs. 9 of the 23 overall for the team. So great performance, honestly, from David Savard. Play, of course, with Kaden Coley both together. The second thing I want to talk about, Jake Allen make a big save during the penalty shot after Arbor, Jacky, Hook, Alex Kerfoot. Allen make a save. This was possibly the turnover of this game. Then, of course, it was his birthday, turned 28. Sean Monahan scored the 3rd goal of the game. and gave a little bit lead for the Montreal, but Nylander with second goal of the game tied the game 3-3 before Josh Anderson scored for the Montreal Canadiens with a goal-winning game. I want to talk a little bit more like we're going to do this all year long when we have Montreal play with some different rookies. So let's talk about the three rookies of the Montreal Canadiens tonight. First of all, Kaden Coley play over 22 minutes, honestly, 22-34. Have an amazing, great game overall for the Montreal Canadiens. At some point, I still believe Kaden could become a top defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens in the future. The calm does during the game is just unbelievable with a kind of maturity, and he's not nervous. Of course, it's not perfect game, but to play the most minutes as a defenseman at his first game in NHL, unbelievable, the performance of Kaden. Second thing I want to talk about for the rookie is Juraj Slavkovsky play only 10 minutes 34 with the Montreal Canadiens. And of course, they have 16 minutes special team for both teams together. So you have only 34 minutes during that game. Play 44 minutes, I apologize. During that game, play only 5 versus 5. So Slavkovsky at 10:34, usually if he was less penalty, I wouldn't be surprised he play about 13 minutes. A little bit low. Slavkovsky did overall a good game in my eyes. Not great, but not a bad one. And you can see his transition is getting better and better. Albert Jacquet played only 12:47 for the Montreal Canadiens. I believe almost 3 minutes he was on the PK. Again, Albert not bad at all. I think for the minute he played a solid game. We know he made a mistake on the breakaway by Alex Kerfoot. And I think after that, we saw him a little bit nervous. Of course, he played right now because Mike Madison is not the lineup. Joel Emerson is not the lineup. Those three players don't thinking they're going to stay there for the rest of the year. They are right now constantly on the evaluation every single game. And this really overall is a great performance for the Montreal Canadiens. Beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, guys, by the score of 4-3. This completes the first subject of the day. Let's move on for the second subject of the Habs Daily News. Here we go. The man, Carey Price, was in the building at the Montreal Canadiens. Unbelievable standing ovation. Let's listening the reaction of the Habs fans at the Bell Center. This was a great reaction for the fans at the Bell Center for Carey Price. If you follow me, my videos, I know I announced yesterday, Carey Price never going to return in NHL with his injury on the right knee. And obviously, this is really sad news. Also, I want to mention to you, Carey Price is going to do a press conference next week at the Bell Center talking about his condition and what he's going to do for the upcoming season around the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, we're going to give you all the updates during that press conference at the Habs Daily News. This complete another subject of the day. And let's move on to the next one. So my next subject of the day, guys, is about Ken Hughes. Ken Hughes met all the media yesterday before the game around 12 o'clock p.m. at the Bell Center. Talk about a little bit what's going on with the team. I just love to listening Ken Hughes. Really, really humble, really honest, gave a great answer to the reporter. And first of all, you talk a little bit the update about injury. Carey Price is out for the year. Not looking good for Paul Biron. He not expect Biron to return this season with the Montreal Canadiens. Talk about Mike Madison. He's going to know more in the next 48 hours, the condition of the lower back, the Mike Madison. Joel Emerson back on the ice, no time from Ken Hughes. When you talk about this, Joel Armia should return with the Montreal Canadiens between 7 to 14 days. The next thing I want to talk about, you talk about the plan for the Montreal Canadiens. It's really about development for the upcoming season. And honestly, guys, between you and me, this is the rebuild. Whatever they don't use the word, whatever the transformation, the rituals, listen, guys, we cannot lie each other. This is a rebuild from the Montreal Canadiens. This is the rebuild mode of Ken Hughes. It's easy to say it. They use the young men inside that organization to play right now. Not much move in the last couple of weeks. I don't see other words to explain to you. This is a rebuild completely for the Montreal Canadiens. The next thing I want to talk about, he said during the press conference, the constant reevaluation process. What are you talking about, coach? But what he explains during this press conference, he said, look, we talked to the young players, Harris, Barron, Coley, Jack-Eye, Sarkowski. Every day here, we're going to reevaluate everybody during the year. So it's not guaranteed you're going to stay here all year long. It's not guaranteed Barron's going to stay in Laval. It's not guaranteed Shaneman cannot come back. We're going to reevaluate every day what is the best for the player to develop. And this, he pronounced this many times on the press conference. This is the plan. It's the plan to constantly reevaluate every player on the daily to give them the best tools to develop. So it was really important to mention this to you guys today because you have to understand what is the plan Ken Hughes and the Montreal Canadiens. It's about the development, and again, it's about to reevaluate every player on the daily basis. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, grow on the ice and grow on the culture. Grow on the ice is exactly what I just said before. It's about development. He wants the player to get better every single day. This is all about the process, guys. It always said to me all the time, don't worry about the score. Worry about the process. And the process is the practice. It's what you do every single day to become better. And I think for me, this is really important to explain to the players. Secondly, grow on the culture. But he go a little bit deeper about the culture. And he said the culture we want to bring inside that organization is the A class for be sure the players are happy to be here and we give them all the tools to become a better hockey players. There are no reason the way we're going to build that culture. We're going to bring more players in Montreal. They want to come here. Don't worry about the tax. Don't worry about the weather. If we build a great organization, we build a great culture, and we become a great team, players will come, knock the door to play in Montreal. So he just give you another idea why he really believe grow on the culture is really important for them. Finally, I want to finish with this here because you have two players happening right now will be important you need to know. First of all, Philippe Mézard. Mézard left the Montreal Canadiens, went to the Laval Rocket. At this moment, this is the end for them to cut the players. We know Mézard, you have a lot of extra players at the Laval Rocket. They are still not sure what is the best for Philippe Mézard. Montreal Canadiens can use says on the press conference, we would prefer him play in OHL, make 80 points versus only 40 in American Hockey League. He will like if Mézard go to OHL. We know he can return and play in Sweden League, or he can return to play in Liga League or Finland League, whatsoever. We don't know if the camp of Mézard, the agent, one prefer if him coming back over there. So it will be interesting to follow up with the situation with Philippe Mézard. Adam Ekstrom draft on the Montreal Canadiens NHL draft 2022 in Montreal. He got a contract extension on the Sweden Hockey League with his team. Is still play with the Rogold PK SHL. One more year, 2023, 2024. So what's happening with that part of there? We know he don't have any ELC yet, an entry-level contract with Montreal Canadiens, but he cannot play now for the Laval Rocket until at the end of the season, 2023, 2024, if ever he sign a new contract or ELC with the Montreal Canadiens. So it's very important you understand the situation. Adam Ekstrom, the only way he can play with the Montreal Canadiens or with the Laval Rocket have to be only at the end of the season, 2023, 2024. Let's move on now, guys, for finishing the last subject of the day. And of course, at the end of those video now, we're going to give you all the score in NHL yesterday. But Boston Bruins beat the Washington 5-2 at Washington. Boston have a great performance of the goaltender Ullmark and David Pastrnak. Then the Carolina beat the Columbus Blue Jackets at home for the opening night by the score of 4-1. Great performance, goaltender Frederik Andersen. Then we have the Colorado Avalanche beat the Chicago Blackhawks by the score of 5-2, make out 2 points. Lekonen with 2 goals for the Colorado Avalanche. Then the last 2 games of the night, late, the Anaheim beat the Seattle Kraken by the score of 5-4. And overtime, Troy Terry scored his first 2 goals. One is the goal-winning game. Finally, the last game of the night, after the Vancouver Canucks take the lead 3-0, the Edmonton Oilers come back 5 goals straight, 3 of the 5 coming from the captain, Connor McDavid, a hat-trick for the number 97. Finally, I want to finish with the top performer of the night, McDavid, 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist. Terry, 2 goals, 1 assist for a +3 with 3 points. Artturi Lekonen scored 2 goals plus 1 assist for 3 points for the Colorado Avalanche. The defenseman, Darnell Nurse, had the most points yesterday with Cal McCarr with 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist for Donald Nurse. Finally, the goaltender Frederik Andersen gave only 1 goal and he make 31 saves against the Columbus Blue Jacket. And that's complete, guys. All the game we have yesterday in NHL, and that's complete, of course, another Habs Daily News. Wow! The Montreal Canadiens beat the Toronto Maple Leafs at home by the score 4-3. And of course, we talk about Ken Hughes during this episode. But before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to subscribe, sharing this video, click on the likes, and leave me a comment. Send me what you think about the performance. Which player you feel have a great game for the Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. This complete another great episode of the Habs Daily News. You have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody.